Hi guys, how's it going? Isabella here. And in today's chicken video, we're gonna talk about how to care for chicks from the day they're born up to 3 weeks old. So chicks are very fragile little beings, and I want you to take the best care you can. And in this video, I'll explore every single thing about how to raise them up to the age of 3 weeks old. So number one, you're gonna be hatching them. And during the hatching process, you have to make sure to leave them in the incubator until they're fully dried. That means you don't assist them in hatching. If you have to assist the chick in hatching, there's chances that this chick is weak and is not supposed to hatch, or that your incubator failed and there's some kind of malformity, or usually when they don't hatch by themselves, they're not supposed to be hatched. And oftentimes when you help them hatch, you can either bleed them out to death or hatch out a non-viable chick and then struggle to keep it alive, and it still will die. So number one, you leave them in the incubator after they have hatched and completely dried off. Also, this time period allows them to catch up on some sleep, and they also have a reserve of 48 to 72 hours of yolk that still has yet to absorb into their system. So the moment they hatch is not when they really want to eat or drink. They just want to rest. So you leave them in the incubator until then. After they have dried off, you can transfer them into the brooder box. In the brooder box, the most important thing is to have a stable heat source that in the warmest part keeps them at 35 Celsius. 35 Celsius is about, I will write it down in Fahrenheit. So why we have to keep them warm is because they don't have any feathers or thermoregulation, meaning they do not produce their own heat. They need a mother hen to keep them warm. In the case you don't have them with a mother hen, they need an external source of heat. Also, on the other side of the brooder, you have to leave a cooler space where you keep their water, because water is going to evaporate underneath the heat lamp and cause humidity. You do not want humidity in your brooder. You have to keep it at the low humidity and warm. So that is very important. One thing you should always remember, in the first 3 weeks, you do not take the chicks out of the brooder. This will cause them stress, and they will stress and catch a cold probably. So I do not suggest manipulating your chicks in the first 3 weeks of life. I can't knock it down hard enough. Do not touch your chicks for the first 3 weeks. Do not take them out of the heat. Do not try to play with them. You'll cause them stress and they will die on you. So, very important fact. Another thing is to have good organic food to feed them. Those first few weeks are crucial for their development. You don't want some medicated commercial feed. You want something natural, organic, nutritious. So make sure to buy the best quality feed or make it yourself. It has to be small enough for them to eat, obviously. Also, water has to be replaced daily, if not several times a day, because they tend to be messy and they will scratch and they'll throw things inside of their water bowl. So make sure the water is clean, very clean at all times, and that also the water bowl is not too deep that they can drown in it, because I've seen chicks drown in like 2 inches of water. So something really shallow and accessible for them. Also, if you see that your chicks are, things happen and maybe some will be born a little bit weaker than others, I like to put organic raw honey, just a small teaspoon, inside of the water until I see that the chicks have really caught on some good weight, are active, lively. So honey in the water is very important. It's like a source of electrolytes and nutrients. Also, make sure you have a thermometer and hydrometer inside of your brooder so you make sure that the temperature is right. But if something is off, you will hear it in your chicks. I left the voice of the chicks onto this video so you get used to the natural sounds of chirping. If you hear loud screams of distress, that means something is going on. Either too cold, too hot, I fell in the water, I fell in the hole. Things can happen. But if you hear your chicks, instead of chirping, screaming, that is not a good sign, and you have to attend to them immediately. Oftentimes or not, it's I'm cold, okay? Just keep that in mind. The place where you keep your brooder should be also a warm and dry area. No windy garages, no like chicken coops. Don't go and put it in an unheated chicken coop. If ever by misfortune your power bar malfunctions, they will freeze to death. So keep them inside of your house or a designated room to grow out your chicks. But don't start putting them in unstable barns or areas, okay? No windy garages. I've seen this a lot, that's why I'm telling you. Very important factor that a lot of people don't even think about is keep them away from Wi-Fi and high energy electronics, very loud sounds. Like, don't put them where your kid plays the drums, okay? That's a source of stress. Wi-Fi also, if you look up into what Wi-Fi does to the body, it prevents actually the body from healing, from growing. So keep them away from your routers or Wi-Fi devices. Last but not least, you have to make sure your chicks stay healthy. Always monitor for signs of disease, of pasty butt. If they have pasty butt, they're likely dehydrated, so make sure they get access to water. And I mean, this could seem like such a easy thing to think about, but most people don't even consider it, is the fact that you need enough space for all your chicks to grow and have some spots for them to just rest. And most people will just get a bunch of chicks and never consider the amount of space they actually need. So you need enough space for them all to be comfortable inside of the brooder. And I always think that they're going to be at least 3 weeks in that initial baby brooder. So give them enough space and make sure everyone stays healthy, everyone stays fed. If you have to put multiple waterers and multiple feeders, do so, because as they grow, they're going to consume more, they're going to be a lot of more competition. And that's it. I do believe I've covered everything. I wish you a successful hatching and raising of your young chicks. If you have any questions, ask me below in the video comments. And like this video if you enjoyed it. And if you're not already subscribed, what are you waiting? More videos are to come. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.